Welcome to another episode of Behind the Science Rockstar Edition. I'm your host, Jennifer Fournier. A symphony is described as an elaborate musical composition for a full orchestra. It is made powerful when you have all the beautiful instruments and voices working together. Anyone who has ever tried this knows it is an extremely tough task. And the fact is, it may not be needed for every song out there. But for some complex songs, having the orchestra is what makes it a truly differentiated piece. In this episode of Behind the Science, I want to take you through one such example for amino acid analysis. And I am honored to have the maestro, the developer of the masterpiece, here with me to describe how all the pieces come together in perfect harmony. Hi Tom, how are you?
Hi Jen, how are you?
Great. So in this season of Behind the Science, we're doing a Rockstar edition. And I immediately thought of you as the conductor for our AAA system solution. So I wanted to come and talk to you about really why we needed a system solution for AAA.
It's an interesting analogy you make. While we're in the lab, you should probably wear gloves so that you don't contaminate anything. Amino acid analysis is very important to a lot of our users in a lot of different areas of research.
Could you maybe explain a little bit more about what an amino acid is?
Sure, that's something I'd want to show you on the board.
All right, let's go.
The amino acids are a group of compounds that have a common structure. They have an amino group and a carboxyl group. They then have a side chain that we've labeled here as an R group, and that can be any one of many, many different chemical structures that give the amino acids their different properties. And that's what makes it a hard analytical problem. So to make it easy for our users to get the information on these complex samples, we decided to put together a turnkey solution that would include the use of a derivatization reagent that would make the chromatography easier and make the detection easier, and to use a reagent that we understood the chemistry very well, where we had a lot of experience.
Great, so this is the sample prep piece of the solution.
Yes. Would you like to try to do one?
I would love to try it.
Okay, before you do that, you're going to have to change your gloves because you've been touching your hair, which is all full of amino acids. You touched your clothing, you've touched the lab bench, so your gloves are now completely coated with the amino acids that came from the environment. We'll have to clean you up a little.
So sorry, Tom. Just like a true orchestra conductor, your eyes are everywhere to hold it all together. I'll change my gloves.
So, let's go ahead and run your samples now. This would be a part that you like because once the derivatization is done, you can't contaminate the samples anymore. This is the system that we use. It's an H-class bio system. We can do it on any H-class system. The important thing for our users is that we put the whole thing together in a way that we test so that we know that it will work for their application. We provide the column and the eluents for doing the separation, all of the methods to actually run the sample, and that's all brought together in the software to actually execute the method.
So just like in music, if you're well trained, you can make it look really easy.
It's interesting that you say it that way. I'm glad it looks easy to you. You can imagine that when we developed this method and this package, it was not easy. What we wanted to do was to eliminate all of the hard parts and to package them together as a tested solution so that our users could focus on their particular application and their expertise.
Waters is a unique company that has the perfect marriage of technologies. Just like an orchestra, each unique part perfectly complements the whole piece. You can see that in the case of amino acid analysis, a pre-configured set of instrumentation, informatics, and chemistries designed to work together, made and supported by the same company, would be highly advantageous. And just like the segment suggests, we have an app for that. Check out the link below for more information, and join us next time for another episode of Behind the Science Rockstar Edition.